the Soweto Spiritual Singers, an international acclaimed musical group, is founded by multi-talented siblings Nkululeko and Vicky Vilakazi. The 22-member ensemble performed last night at the Joburg Theatre in Braamfontein for the first time, though they have graced global theatres at sold-out shows. Well, they will still perform this evening and tomorrow afternoon at the theatre. The Soweto Spiritual Singers have worked with renowned music producer Lebo M on the soundtrack of the hugely successful movie The Woman King, with actress Viola and South Africa's international star Thuso Bedu. Well, to tell us more, we are joined by the group's founders Nkululeko and Vicky Vilakazi. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Welcome to Morning Live.
Good morning.
Good morning. I mean, talk to us about the Soweto Spiritual Singers. Vicky, I mean, where did it all start? Why the need to establish this?
It started at the backyard of our parents' house.
Okay.
And it started as a dream. Because when we sold it even before it existed. I remember I was doing another production, another show, and I said to the producers, would you love to take a gospel choir overseas? And they said, you have? And I said, yes, I have.
Yeah.
And they said, okay, in 4 days' time, we're coming to see the show.
Yeah.
And I had to speak to my siblings. I said, prepare people.
Yeah.
So it took us 4 days to build the show and make the show. They came, they saw it, and they said, beautiful show. Since the time, we never looked back. We've been touring Europe, we've been doing the UK for the past 7 years. Hence, this is now the homecoming show.
Right.
Coming back to South Africa is the first show we're doing.
Talk to us about the glue that brings it all together, because you need that, for it to come together on stage.
True that. Look, I think it's the talent, but also the kind of people, the particular people that we create in our show. So it's not your normal choir where you just look at the voice. So it's more scripted, and then you look at individuals. So every person has got some kind of a character within the show. So it's more theatrical. So you don't just do auditions. So there are good singers who have come to our auditions, but they couldn't make it. Not because they were not good singers, but because they were not fitting the mode of the vision of the show itself.
And how long did it take you to get there? Where you know exactly what you want. If somebody auditions, this is what the direction we want to take, and this is what we want to sound like, and this is what we want to look like. Because it's important so that it looks good of what you want to see on stage.
I'm laughing because for me, you never get there. Even on our show, as we're rehearsing, our nephew is the MD, and I kept saying to them, I'm not happy we don't have a show. And they said, but Vicky, you are not easily pleased, we have a show. Until yesterday night. And then I said, after the performance, seeing the response of the South Africans, and I said, yes, now we have a show. But still there is a room for growth.
What was that like last night? How was that?
Yes, last night was magical.
Right.
It was magic. Seeing our own people responding. When you perform in Europe, they are just sitting there. You do a song and then they do.
Let's go.
But to get the energy back from our own South Africans, to get the feeling back and them standing up, singing with us, it really felt like a homecoming. You felt embraced by the love of our own people. It was beautiful.
And I hear that a lot with our artists that come to South Africa and perform overseas, that, the European audience is very still, very, Does that, when you are home, feel even better? Does that feel like, actually we're doing a great job?
Sorry, because even when we're in Europe, we know that the volume must be very low in the theater. Very low. And the song must not go to 3 minutes. But when we come to South Africa, we up the volume, paramisi volume. And then the song starts, and the songs are even longer. So you see people dancing with you. I was so teary, I was messed up. I've been messed up since yesterday. So the audiences loved the show.
Okay, so what's on the menu? Okay, you have tonight and tomorrow. What's on the menu?
Look, I call it myself a theater of shows.
Right.
An orchestra of shows. So you come there, you want to see one choir. But you'll be amazed at the sounds that come off it. It's a lot of choirs. So you have your township clap and tap music.
Right.
If you're from a Zion, you get your Zion sound. If you're from, Ewesili, you get your own Ingoma Sewesili. So it's a variety of a broad repertoire. And then you've got what you call world music, which internationally also they want to hear that kind of sound, that kind of music, but also largely it touches on the social issues about GBV. It touches about the hope of South Africa, where we see South Africa as musicians or even as artistic people. So it's a variety of shows. It's a storytelling of of music, through music, basically.
All right, thank you so much. That wraps about it beautifully. Nkululeko and Vicky Vilakazi. What do you got? Siblings, by the way?
Yes.
That's good.
Yes,
I'm sure there's music in that house now.
I'm the older sister. He's young.
And he must know that.
He must. And
Nkululeko and Vicky Vilakazi, the group's founders, talking to us about the Soweto Spiritual Singers, and they urge you not to miss this opportunity to be entertained on a magical music journey. There it is on your screen.